Sometimes I feel kind of bad for forcing my family to eat all the stuff I make, so today I made a personal pizookie. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of melted butter, a tablespoon of light brown sugar, a tablespoon of granulated sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/4 cup of flour, 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda, pinch of salt. Mix everything together, add some chocolate chips, put it in your ramekin. Then you're going to preheat the oven to 375 and bake that for about 15 to 18 minutes. I added some ice cream and it was so good.
Alright, nice. Let's begin. Milk, vinegar. Mix it together, then set aside. Flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, blueberries. Mix until combined. Buttermilk, oil, 2 eggs, vanilla. Mix then set aside. Butter, more sugar, flour, cinnamon. Mix until crumbly. Line up, fill, crumble, bake. Punch break. Interrupted. Wait, is this even punch? Continue. Cool. Plate. Devour!
3-ingredient creme brulee. This is all you need. Screenshot. Vanilla ice cream contains everything a creme brulee needs. Cream, salt, sugar, and eggs. Melt ice cream in a microwave. Yolk drip. Mix. Yolk drip. Mix. I'm making 2 servings, so I'm using 2 egg yolks. Pour cream mixture into ramekins. Pour hot water into a baking pan and preheat the oven to 325. Bake for about 40 to 50 minutes. Cool to room temperature, then cover with plastic wrap and refrigerate it for at least 2 hours. Caramelize sugar over medium-low heat and pour on top. You gotta be quick before the sugar hardens. Here's what happens when you put 2 coats of sugar.
I don't know about this one, but we're gonna try it anyway. Grab a bowl. You'll need about 16 Oreos. Now chop them up, using a spoon because we're keeping it safe. Imagine pouring cereal in here. If you don't have another bowl like me, transfer them to another plate. It's hard to do with one hand. Add in 1 box of white cake mix, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and 2 eggs. Whisk it all together. It'll look something like this. Add in your chopped Oreos. Mix that together. Let the dough chill in your fridge for about 30 minutes. Meanwhile, preheat your oven to 350. Grab a pan and line it with parchment paper. The dough is done. Lightly press the dough into a ball and place it on the baking sheet. Place that to bake for about 8 to 9 minutes. Time to take it out. I did 9 minutes. Once they've cooled down, this is what they'll look like. And I put them on a cake stand because I'm extra. And now you know how to make cake cookies. Let's try it. Okay, here we go. Wow, I thought it was gonna taste like cake. It tastes like a cookie. Nutella brownies, yeah. Start with 800 grams of Nutella in a bowl. Mix in 4 eggs one at a time. Ew. Now add 157 grams of all-purpose flour, 2 grams of salt, and 7 grams of baking powder. Mix that all together. Pour it into a greasy pan. Spread it evenly in the greasy pan. Now bake at 350 for 30 to 40 minutes. Now you can eat it. Or top it with the best chocolate buttercream ever. I posted another video of me making this chocolate buttercream. And then enjoy.
I feel fat now.
Today I'm going to teach you how to make these healthy black bean avocado brownies. Let's get into it. You're going to need a can of black beans that are unseasoned. Pour those in a blender with 2 small avocados or 1 large one. Then you're going to need 3 eggs, 1/4 cup of coconut oil, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You're going to blend that up and then we're going to add some more to it. All right, you're going to need a teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a whole cup of cocoa powder. You're also going to add a whole cup of agave or honey, but I forgot to film that part. Blend it all up and transfer it to a greased 8x8 baking pan. You're going to smooth it all out, make it even. You're gonna put it in the oven at 350 for about 40 minutes. Insert a fork to make sure that it's done. When the fork comes out clean, it's gonna be super done. You can see that I topped mine with chocolate chips and they are super duper delicious. Healthy, easy, yes.
All right, I know all of you are attempting quarantine baking, so I'm gonna show you how to turn this into gourmet cupcakes. First of all, I have to preface, I am a baker, I do have my own business, and I am dang good at what I do. But sometimes you don't wanna pull out the ingredients to make these from scratch. So here you go, any cake mix. I like Duncan Hines, they're usually $1, but you can try any. You're gonna go to the ingredients list here. I'm backwards. Instead of water, you're gonna use milk. So this calls for 1 cup of water, we're gonna do 1 cup of milk. Instead of 3 eggs, you're gonna do 5 eggs. And instead of vegetable oil, you're gonna double the amount and use melted butter. So instead of a 1/3 cup vegetable oil, we're gonna do 2/3 cup butter. Do this, mix it, bake it as regular, and I promise you they will come out so much better. Happy quarantine baking.
Today I really wanted to make cinnamon roll in a mug, so I used 1/2 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, some baking soda, a pinch of salt, 3 tablespoons of milk, vanilla extract is optional, and 1.5 tablespoons of butter. I mixed it all together, I put some flour down, make sure your counter is clean, and then I rolled out my dough into this long rectangular shape. I grabbed some butter, some brown sugar, and some cinnamon. I microwaved that for about 30 seconds, and then I spread it on my dough. I would recommend a little bit more sugar because mine was kind of liquidy. I added more cinnamon, and then I rolled it up like so and put it in my mug. And then I microwaved for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. I made a glaze with powdered sugar and milk and topped off my cinnamon roll, and you're done.
How to make peanut butter oatmeal balls. Mix the peanut butter and the honey, then add the chocolate chips and the oats. Stick the mixture in the freezer for 30 minutes to firm up. Use your hands to mold the shape. Stick back in the freezer for another 30 minutes, and you're ready to eat.
If you're obsessed with Girl Scout cookies just like me and want them all year, this is the video for you. So for Thin Mints, you literally just take some Oreos, you scrape the cream out, then a cup of milk chocolate chips and a 1/2 teaspoon of peppermint extract. You melt that down together, and seriously, all you do is coat the Oreo halves in chocolate, set it aside to harden. Now for tagalongs, you're going to take some shortbread cookies, then you'll have a cup of peanut butter and a cup of powdered sugar. You want to mix that together. Use your hands, don't be afraid to get dirty. Now just take a little handful of that peanut butter mixture and press it on top of each cookie. You want to make sure you're pressing pretty hard so they don't come apart. Then we're going to take 1 cup of milk chocolate chips, melt that down, and then just coat the cookies in the milk chocolate and set aside to harden. Now for the Samoas, my favorite, we're going to take 1 cup of caramels and melt it down, add a cup of coconut, press those on top of some fudge stripe cookies, melt a 1/4 cup of chocolate to sprinkle on top, and bam, there are our year-round Girl Scout cookies. You're welcome.
I'm going to show you how to make the absolute best chocolate chip cookies ever, inspired by Levain Bakery in New York City. So you're going to start off with 1 cup of salted butter, cold, and you're going to add in 1 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of white sugar, and you're going to mix together. Then you're going to add in 2 eggs, add in 1 at a time and mix in between like this. And then you're going to add your flour, which is 1 1/2 cup of regular flour, and then 1 1/2 cup of cake flour. The cake flour is super important here. You're going to get this consistency, and then add in your chocolate chips, add in as many as you like. I like a lot. And then you're going to bake these at 410 for 9 minutes. And there you go.
Okay, everyone keeps asking, you want cinnamon rolls? I'll give you the best you've ever had. 1/2 cup of milk, about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. 2.5 teaspoons of instant yeast, give that a little mix, let that sit 10 minutes. 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Add your milk and yeast mixture, 2 room temperature eggs, 2.5 tablespoons of water. Mix for 5 minutes, 3.5 tablespoons unsalted butter, 5 more minutes. Shape that into a ball, grease bowl in wet towel, 1.5 hours. Or until doubled, mad thick. Okay, go punch it down, flour work surface, your dough out, 1/2 cup dark brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Mix that up, flour the top, roll your dough into an 18-inch rectangle. Melted butter, on your sugar mixture, rolling it up. Your dough into 9 equal pieces. Evenly spaced apart, wet towel 30 minutes. In the oven, make it 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 to 25 minutes. Let them cool to room temp. Just glaze those buns. Yes. Glazed top, caramelized bottom. This is how you make the greatest. Look at the time. It's time to make the best chocolate chip cookies that have ever existed. 1.5 cups all-purpose flour. Half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon baking soda. My whisk is broken. Whisk that together. 3/4 a cup brown sugar. Half a cup granulated sugar. Whiskey business. Half cup of melted butter in 1 egg. Plus 1 egg yolk. 2.5 teaspoons of vanilla that I forgot to film again. Now that's what I like to see. Flour mixture, but just half of it first. Mix till combined. And add the rest of that bad boy. Mix, but be gentle. 6 ounces of chocolate. Chop it up. Should look something like this. Chocolate in. Sure, it's a little chocolate. Got a problem with that? Fold together. Plastic wrap. Chill in fridge about 20 minutes. The oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Baking sheet, parchment paper. Scoop cookies with an ice cream scoop, leaving lots of space. Bake 12 to 15 minutes or until golden brown. A little bit of flaky salt. Let them cool. That cookie break, you know? That is how a cookie should look.
1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a cup of chocolate chips. Mix it all together. Divide into 12 and place on a prepared baking sheet at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. Boom.
S'mores French toast. Cover bread in the chocolate of your choice. Put marshmallows over the chocolate. Cover. Warm 1 cup of milk for about 45 seconds. Add 4 cups of hot cocoa mix to the milk. Mix. Wait for the milk to cool down. Crack 3 eggs in a bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Whisk together. Add the hot cocoa mix. Mix together. Soak the sandwich in the mixture. Melt some butter on a pan. The French toast should look like this. Now place on the pan. Flip to the other side. It's easiest to use 2 spatulas. Put some powdered sugar on. You can add roasted marshmallows and melted chocolate. Crush up a graham cracker. Optional fruits. S'mores French toast.
Want to make breakfast? You can do this. This is easy, and we'll make it fancy. 8 eggs, 1/4 cup milk, 2 teaspoons pure vanilla extract, 1.5 teaspoon cinnamon, Chefy whisk. Whisk. Day old brioche or challah. Slice 1/2 inch thick. Soak 1 minute on each side. You want to absorb the custard. Oil your griddle. You can also use a nonstick skillet. Don't use butter, it'll burn. Add your French toast. Cook 2 minutes. Flip, flip, Philadelphia. Cook 2 minutes. Butter. Berries. Powdered sugar.